The Lipinski Stradivarius is back in the skilled hands of concertmaster Frank Almond. This informal rehearsal in front of the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra is Almond's first time playing the Stradivarius for an audience since Almond was attacked and the violin stolen.
It's kind of like riding the same bike, but you look at the bike really differently.
Almond was leaving a performance on January 27th when the assailants made their move.
Somebody walked up to me basically and shot me with a taser, and I went down and they grabbed the violin.
For 9 days, Milwaukee police hunted the violin, eventually tracking it to the attic of this home on East Smith Street.
I don't think I ever gave up, but at the same time, it is, in my experience, unprecedented to have something like that reappear so soon.
2 suspects are charged with the robbery. The incident, the latest chapter in the violin's 300-year life.
To my knowledge, it had never been stolen, and you know, hopefully that's an asterisk.
Almond will give his first performance Monday since its recovery at the Sharon Lynn Wilson Center.
So there's been a lot of interest, and we are well on our way to a sold-out performance Monday evening.
Security around the violin is heightened, but won't stop Almond from sharing his instrument with the community.
It was a story that we never in a million years would have dreamed would come to such a happy ending.
I'm looking forward to just going and playing.
Every day I think about getting away, I'm gonna reach out to the road.
Some of the music on Milwaukee's east side was silenced around May 8th. Before then, a musician was playing once a week at a popular restaurant near Downer and Bellevue.
Kind of a bass player at heart, so I have a special affinity for that bass.
Ethan Keller stored that instrument in a nearby basement, off and on, for more than a year.
In general, I thought it was a safe place to keep it.
You hear about how it was stolen, and you're like, oh, really?
Workers like Jeff Bensky of Top Shelf Guitar Shop were notified through a special email network of resellers that Keller's bass was taken.
Got all the music stores in Wisconsin, in through like Minnesota.
He actually worked on the bass before.
This is a picture of what vanished.
It's a limited edition Suntech.
A bass built overseas in the 1980s that's no longer produced.
There was a collectible market for Japanese instruments.
No, my bass is not a Stradivarius, but it's kind of a Stradivarius to me.
Bensky estimates it would cost about $600 to replace. Keller says the restaurant's insurance won't cover the theft.
If they were to turn it into a music store anonymously, out of the goodness of their heart so that I could play it again, that would probably be the best outcome.
Oh, I'm doing a little bit of fishing. I just got here like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, haven't catch nothing yet.
Bill Tao came to the banks of the Milwaukee River to catch a fish.
Just toss it out, just reel them in.
Instead, he saw something fishy.
You can see the bench right there, because last week when we came, the bench was like, I could stand another 10 feet away from that bench right there.
The Milwaukee River appears swollen.
I didn't really think it would be this tall or this high up.
The ground is saturated from Saturday's downpour.
There was some rain yesterday.
And with more storms coming, the National Weather Service placed several counties in our area under a flood watch.
Quite a bit of water is coming through, and did not expect it at all.
Along the Milwaukee River in Thiensville, water was creeping onto the grass. Within the banks, the river was rushing.
Yeah, it's kind of rapidy.
I was here 3 days ago, and the river was 3 feet lower just about. We were going to go fishing, but you can't even get to shore because it's underwater right now.
Lois Koenig has lived near the river for decades.
I have been out here since 1975.
She went to see the rising river after Saturday's rain.
I estimated the water was about this low, far below the bank.
But she was more curious than concerned.
It doesn't bother me.
As for Bill Tao,
it will get stuck, guaranteed.
He didn't catch a fish, but he may catch a cold.
It's cold. My hands are freezing now. Feel like giving up.
When you walk into Lucky Joe's Tiki room, it's like stepping into another time.
A little bit dark, a little bit mysterious.
The bar prides itself on ambiance and atmosphere.
From the bamboo to the pufferfish lights, You know, it's an experience you can't get walking into just any other bar.
And it's heightened by a long list of exotic drinks.
A lot of the drinks are based on classic tiki cocktails.
But making those cocktails has become a bit more difficult. The price of a key ingredient has shot through the roof.
You're talking lime juice being more expensive than the alcohol itself you're putting in per ounce.
The price of limes has gone up dramatically. The bar owner is paying more than $100 for a gallon of juiced limes.
It's pretty shocking to see how high prices have gone.
I've never seen anything like that.
At Pete's Fruit Market, they've watched the prices climb. A bad frost coupled by a small crop has caused problems.
They're producing about half of what they usually produce in Mexico.
Reports say the drug cartel has started hijacking that limited supply.
You kind of just got to smile and laugh your way through it.
No matter the reason, at Lucky Joe's, the drinks will continue to flow, hoping the prices will drop.
We want to keep our quality there, but we don't want to raise prices.
6'4". Sometimes you want to put the heat on, other times you want to throw that curveball in there.
The game of ping pong is a back and forth contest, and like any game, strategy is key to getting a point across for Paul Plackett.
Keep them guessing, throw it different places.
For Brad Sagadin, it's definitely a mental game.
Put a little spin on the ball, try to and definitely get hit away from the opponent, try to get him in the corner, and then go to the open court.
When NFL coaches like Mike McCarthy meet with the media, a similar game takes place.
We're going to see what he can do tomorrow.
McCarthy receives questions on a daily basis these days about the health of his quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, and returns with answers.
He has not been cleared yet from the medical staff.
The game, be it ping pong or the returning of answers to the volley of questions, sometimes needs a little spin for the point.
You got to put some spin on it, make them think about it, and make them move.
Which is something McCarthy seems to do quite well against reporters.
We have not ruled him out for the game yet.
At Spin in Milwaukee, the game depends on its use to get the point.
For any shot, you need a lot of spin to keep the ball in.
That's all it's for. Always the W.
The same can't be said for the spins in the auditorium of Lambeau Field or on the airwaves of a radio station.
There has been no internal conversations about shutting Aaron Rodgers down.
It's just going to be a waiting game.
While no answers seem clear at this point, the fans going back and forth in this game feel a part of the other and want a resolution.
It's always better to know, as a fan, you always want to know.
Black and white squads, sheriff's vehicles, and the kind with heavy armor moved into a community near 36th and Glendale.
It's like, wow.
Heavily armored officers carrying high-powered weapons soon followed.
This is a lot of chaos right now with the police.
I'm the one who answered the door. They said the Milwaukee police, they was here on a warrant.
Tristan Robinson says officers were serving an arrest warrant for his friend.
They didn't cooperate.
What followed was a buildup of force.
A lot of guns.
Police is everywhere.
Show of numbers and squad cars.
About 20. 15, 10, it's a lot.
The neighborhood was put on pause as the standoff played out.
It was shut down pretty good. Pretty good, shut down a lot.
Basically, here we go again. That's all I could come to my mind.
Robinson says police have raided the same home before, this time on a felony warrant. He didn't know any more details and didn't share much about his friend's past.
I'm just so bothered by this, I don't even care to talk no more.
I hope it actually calms it down, because
as frustrations built, night surfaced, so did an end to the standoff. Man was cuffed and taken away. Not long after, neighbors took back their neighborhood.
I'm better now that everything's cleared up and taken care of.
I don't know if he's going to be reinstated. I don't know if he's going to take it.
As storm clouds pour down over St. Catherine's High School in Racine, another storm has been brewing on the ground since the weekend.
You're taking the future away because of what politics?
Judy Rasmussen carries a banner saying Bob Letch for president. But what she and hundreds of others are marching in the rain for Monday is to get him his job back as the Angels basketball coach.
Whether he's employed here or not, he will be St. Cat's.
Over the weekend, St. Catherine's and Letch parted ways after he had been with the school for more than 30 years.
It wasn't all about basketball. He really cared about you as a person.
Hi, Daddy.
Jake Thomas played for Letch at St. Catherine's before going on to play at Marquette.
If you weren't a student athlete, he felt the same way about you. He felt the same way about every student at St. Cat's, whether you play basketball or not.
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke at first when I heard it.
Even before the rain rolled in, Mike Shiro of the class of 1968 was at the school looking for answers.
I about flipped when I heard that.
I'm going to tell them right now, I've been here an angel donator for the last 17 years, and this would be my last year they're going to get a donation from me.
Letch, an alum of the school, took over as head coach in 1979, winning 8 state titles during his tenure.
It has nothing to do with state championships. It's how you treat people that work for you, and when they teach, their good outputs come out to the students and they pass it on.
Now the hundreds who line a city block marching around the school are trying to pass on their message to the school's administration.
You don't just say out the door, give me a reason.
Like beating drums, a pulse runs through this neighborhood. Positive movement that at times is stalled by violence.
About 24 or more murders in the city of Milwaukee today. It's a few less than it was last year this time, but you know, one murder is one too many.
The mission is to empower a community, to generate momentum while dealing with the things holding people back.
Address political misrepresentation, legal misrepresentation, and all of these sort of things that cause poverty to fall so heavily amongst Milwaukee inner city.
Little exercise.
Wendy Winston was born
about 2 minutes
in the inner city, and now she's back as a youth counselor.
Too cool today.
Winston says she can't wait for people to seek her out. Sometimes people who need the most help don't even know it exists.
A lot of people say there's nothing for the kids to do, but actually there's lots for them to do if you know about the resources, if you tap into them, if you network with the right people.
And the hope is people link up together to work together to help improve this community, because we each have the power to help change the conditions in this community.
A positive pulse can be felt.
It feels excellent. It's a healing.
In a community movement that can heal.
Inside an already cramped mobile home in Kenosha, roommates Jackie McDermott and Robin Bell have even less space.
We have jugs everywhere.
In the kitchen and the bathroom, containers of water are piled. The reason?
Absolutely no water.
Pipes froze following a brutal stretch of January cold.
It's been hell living like this.
More than a month later, buckets are used to wash dishes, cook, and even bathe.
I don't know what we're supposed to do about it if it's not ours.
The women are pointing their fingers at the trailer park's owner. Alpine Village owner John Ruffalo knows a thing or two about water issues. He's also an alderman in Kenosha's 4th District who sits on the Public Works and Storm Utility Committees. He's also on the city's Water Commission.
We are not responsible for it.
Reached by phone, Ruffalo explains he doesn't own the trailer, just the land. Like any homeowner, he says pipes leading into the trailer are the owner's responsibility.
Every homeowner should be responsible and make sure the maintenance is maintained.
Ruffalo says there have been pipe insulation problems and the owners turned off their water, causing pipes to freeze.
We had been running water the entire time and the pipes froze in the middle of the night while we were running water.
McDermott and Bell say that's not true and the problem is from Ruffalo's pipes, not theirs. They say, like their plumbing, they're being left in the cold when it comes to getting help. They are praying for warmer days ahead.
And that's all I can do. You know, I just got to keep asking people for help.
How you doing? We see the same people all the time.
As customers come and go at the High Street Food Mart in Racine,
Do you want a bag for this?
Jessica Bradlick knows almost everybody she sees walk in. However, on Saturday night around 8, while her coworker was on his shift, the store was very quiet.
It's weird that at that point no one was in the store.
As the door opens, the clerk doesn't seem to realize what's happening.
He was just standing right here, and so when he turned, the gun was already pointed at him.
Security video from the store shows it unfold.
The suspect just pulled up to the front doors and then entered, pointed a gun at the clerk and had them place all the cash from the register into a black and blue backpack. And he's worn a gray hooded sweatshirt and a black mask over his face.
He intentionally opened the door with his elbow and not his hands. Didn't touch anything. You know, he obviously knew what he was doing.
Sergeant Jesse Matoyer of the Racine Police Department says the weapon used also stands out.
It is described as a silver handgun with a black slide, so they're conflicting colors, which is unique. And the backpack itself is also has a blue interior, maybe some blue on the outside, and also some black on it.
3 days before, another Racine convenience store, this one about 10 minutes south on Durand Avenue, was also robbed.
We believe that they're very similar and likely the same individual.
$10.24.
While still working and smiling, Brablek is a little more cautious.
I won't lie, it's in my head, but I still have to work, you know, and whether I'm here or someone else is here, if the store is going to be robbed, it'll be robbed.
I was really a hot mess. Really, I was in bad shape. It was so bad. I didn't believe I'd ever get off of the drugs. You know, at the cocaine, I had a problem with cocaine, and I just couldn't kick it.
27 years of jail, burglary, bail jumping. Leander Esser led a troubled life. A year and a half ago, he wound up in the Milwaukee County Jail once again.
When I went to jail, I was ready to give up. And then that lawyer came and he says, I can help you.
The lawyer told Esser there was a way to get him out of jail.
He says, if you give me your word, you'll at least try it.
The offer, go to court.
State of Wisconsin versus Leander Esser.
The court the lawyer took Esser to was not one he was familiar with.
Not missed a single
It is Milwaukee County's Drug Treatment Court.
The state would move to dismiss both underlying cases.
That's right. Offenders hooked on drugs, committed to going through a rigorous treatment, can get their cases dismissed.
Really fully make whole.
But the road to do that may be one of the most difficult ones drug-addicted offenders have ever traveled.
All your tests are clean. You're working part-time.
You are watching the fruits of 16 months of counseling,
change your behaviors.
regular court reviews, drug screenings 3 times a
You
week,
get 2 draws from the fish.
case manager meetings several times a week as well.
Well, I hope everybody else can make it like I did. I 27 years of doing drugs, and they gave me a chance, and I took it.
Milwaukee County's Drug Treatment Court has been helping nonviolent, drug-addicted offenders the past 5 years.
This is a life-saving program, actually.
They are a fantastic return on investment for the taxpayer dollar.
For each dollar invested, the judge estimates taxpayers save from $3 to $24. Jail beds reduced. The repeat offender rate much lower than those who go through traditional systems of punishment.
The people that are at the successful end of the journey have jobs generally, stable housing.
On this day, 7 are graduating the program.
How are you feeling?
Feel great. The state would move to dismiss the case.
It, of course, is not an easy road, as you can see from those who are far from their graduation date.
Still having some trouble with use. We use the container and the structure, if you will, of the criminal justice system. But within that structure, what we're doing with the individuals is a lot different.
This is for you folks that I have the honor of representing.
Different is an understatement. On graduation day, a criminal defense attorney provides the entertainment.
I will earn what I have won. This is my older sister, Geraldine, and my younger sister, Kathy.
I never would have imagined this in a million years. I'm really thrilled to have all of you here.
7 successful graduates received diplomas.
Mr. Esser, this is an individual who has not just achieved sobriety, but the complete lifestyle overhaul that is really necessary. Congratulations, sir. This is well deserved.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be off of that stuff. If it wasn't for this drug court, I'd still be out there, or I'd be in prison, or I'd be dead.
In Milwaukee, Myra Sanchik, Fox 6 News.